Welcome back, everybody. We are back here on the Elsewhere realm, and today we have a lot of things to go over. I am flying over the Synthco HQ, and we have a ton of projects that I've been working on, and it's been a while since an episode, so we're gonna hop into multiple time lapses. Our first one here is we're going to be working on the retention wall for the Synthco HQ. The synth land, if you will. I wanted to clean up the shoreline and level out the area that sort of my base inhabits. So what we're doing here is we're going around with cyan terracotta, and we are creating a retention wall to sort of hold in some of the music. The music has been spreading pretty rapidly, and I don't want it to spread into the ocean. We're going to spread it across the land instead. But I think, we'll keep some of the natural wildlife that lives in the ocean safe from our musical endeavors for now. This will also allow us to sort of clean up the shoreline, get everything on the same level so that we can keep building buildings right up until the retention wall. I also want to be able to have sort of a place that I can run around, walk around on the edge here, and be able to look over my whole synth city and see all the wonderful buildings and people that are going to be coming in soon. So we're just going to sort of border it out and then clean up the area inside. This will also give a nice boundary for the map sort of version. I really, really like the way that the map of this area looks, and giving it just this sort of nice contour, this border, is really going to clean things up and just make the whole build look a little bit more coherent. We're still missing a lot of the buildings, as you can see by some of the red outlines, but that's okay. We'll fill in the city as we go, and we'll keep spreading. We've taken over our neighbor, Silver Sea, one of our new employees. The music is spread to their land, and soon will spread much further. Next up, we did a project with some other fellow Elsewhere players, some wanderers, in the shopping district. We mentioned this last episode. Basically, we went through the entire shopping district, and we are terraforming it to try to make the area look more interesting. We wanted to give some themes to the areas, so we completely replaced all the mycelium, and our future plans for this include custom trees and foliage for sort of a rainforesty, magical forest vibe for the grass section, little umbrellas and towels and such for the beach area, just to really give it a nice sort of spring vacation sort of feel. And then more custom mushrooms and plants and weird fungus growing in the mushroom islands sort of biome. And then on the snowy mountains, we're hoping to really do some custom snow layering to really get some different variety in that topology, and then maybe some rocks and stuff like that. Now we're going to head over to our gold farm. Doing a quick fly around here. If you guys remember, we built this a while back, I think in episode 2, maybe episode 1, but it has been running and getting us plenty of gold, so we need something to do with that gold. So here is our new system. We have a Piglin bartering system now. So off camera, well, sort of on camera, but I started building this thing up. I collected all the resources, and here is me sort of setting up all of the redstone for everything. If you don't know how this works, basically what happens is we take the gold from our gold farm and we fill the double chests at the top of these modules. These are fully modular designs, meaning you can just place them right next to each other and have multiple of them all running at the same time. But you fill those with gold, and then every so often you have to start it by pressing a button, but then a gold ingot will get sent out. The piglin will pick it up, and as soon as he picks it up, a new gold ingot will get chucked out. And basically, it'll just keep doing that. He'll chuck his items on the ground, they'll get put in a storage system, and then a new gold ingot will be sent out. So it's basically an automatic trading system as long as you fill up the chests at the top. It's pretty simple redstone. You can kind of see it going by and try to look. Currently, I only have 2 piglins total right now. I have not captured any more to put in the system. This is just the redstone as well. You can see sort of the storage idea. We're going to have like 3 large double chests per system for now. And then later I will set up an auto sorter below this. So I've raised this whole thing up. Here we are passing through some of the redstone here. And you can just kind of tell some of the design aspects of it. And yeah, we're going to do that. And then we're also going to do the aesthetics, maybe in the next episode. This episode, I really wanted to recap on some of the projects that I've been working on and get back into the groove of making content on the Elsewhere server. So I've finished basically an entire side now, and then what I do is I just duplicate that whole thing onto the other side. Because they're modular, it's basically me just copy and pasting this same little module over and over again. And so we have a total of 6 on either side, giving us 12 all in all. And those will all be filled with piglins, will all be bartering. For sort of perspective, the 2 systems that I have up right now, just letting them trade for a little bit, has already filled all of the double chests in both of those modules. So we are going to have plenty and plenty of blackstone. I believe they trade quartz, which would be nice. All of the so fire resistance, soul speed, all of the different trades that piglins give. We will have all of that stuff, and we're going to come back and sort of beautify this, make it look good. So that's kind of working on the piglin side of things. Heading over from Synthco, the HQ, we are actually going to take a new trip over to a new location. I don't think we've seen this place before, but here it is, the Game Cube. This is an area that has been set up by, I believe, Surface Fusion and Legend Light, and we are building a minigame. This area is meant for minigames, and it's free to build any minigame you want here. So what we're building here, I've been wanting to do sort of a more traditionalist style, just had a little itch to do some different type of architecture than sort of this modern synthwave style that I've been doing. So I really wanted to build up this little traditional sort of, I don't know, cottage or cabin, whatever you might call it, for our minigame. And the location for this cottage is actually incredibly important. You see, I've put it right next to the water intentionally. Hopefully no one will build right behind me, but, I don't think that will happen. If it does, I can always talk to them about it. But it's right next to the water because what this minigame is like a shoot 'em up kind of thing, an archery test. So you can see some of the different things that I'm using here. I'm using a lot of oak stripped logs, a lot of jungle wood, a lot of chain, and some glowstone for lighting. I really wanted this one to feel more homely, more traditional, more rustic than anything else I've been building on this realm. Beyond that, some of the just quick functional side of things is we've got water elevators for going up and down the main tower, which is where you'll shoot from. And inside we have a little sort of save point area for your items and belongings. I really liked the way this design came out, and I also set up some sort of foliage, so trees, flowers, things like that, just to give it a little bit of color. I tried light pink, but then swapped it out for red. I thought it popped a little bit more. So moving over to the technical side of things, we wanted sort of this shoot 'em out minigame. And I thought it would be really cool to have some different types of things that you could shoot. So this was the first one that I made, and it's sort of like a boat dispensing, boat recall thing. It was really hard to build in the water, you know how redstone and water go together. But basically what this does is it's a platform that every time you shoot the boat in the center, it will collect the boat and put it back into the dispenser. And it will also send a signal that you have shot that boat. So it's sort of like a little entity pop up, sort of like a whack-a-mole kind of thing. I did a lot of tests on this just to check that every time I shot the boat, it would indeed pick it back up and put it back in the system and also record the shot itself. So that took a little bit, but once I sort of finished getting up that section of things, I went ahead and started working on the internals. So the internals are pretty cool too. Had to hollow out a little bit of an area below the minigame building, but that wasn't too big of a deal, and then sort of dug some tunnels in. So this whole area is basically going to be where we put the brains of this minigame. I got about halfway through, I believe, with the brains of it. But the lowdown is there are inputs and there are outputs, and they all lead to different parts of the game. And then there's a randomizer that sort of decides which target is going to turn on or which boat is going to show up. And that's sort of me testing all this out. I got this randomizer design from a video a little while back. If you want to look that up, I would just suggest looking up sort of Minecraft random output or random signal generator. Basically, the way it works is it has a bunch of shulker boxes with shovels in them, and it sort of randomly outputs one because dispensers do a random sort of selection. Pops it in, it reads the signal from that shulker box to give a signal strength, and then breaks the shulker box immediately and puts it back into the system. I did have to coat this whole thing in cobblestone because I had a problem where the shulker box would sort of launch out of the system and try to go somewhere else. Alright, so here we are at the game cube, and this is the new mini game that I'm working on right now. I haven't actually done a lot of work on this super recently, but I got basically everything built over there, some of the technical stuff, which we'll show in a sec. But the mini game that I'm trying to make is sort of like a shoot 'em up kind of game. So, you know, like you shoot the targets and you get points and things light up. So basically the little lobby here, and I have a coming soon sign because I'm not done. A little lobby here, you can, save, do a save point, and then over here you can put all your stuff. That armor stand will have the bow and everything for that. And then there are 2 elevators, one going up, one going down. So there are multiple levels. So you can either just go straight through and shoot from this level. The flower is kind of an impediment. Or you can go up to the next level, shoot from up here. Or you can go up to the 3rd and final level and shoot from up here, which this is probably the best spot to shoot from. But that's kind of just the building. I was feeling like I wanted to build something more, I guess, like natural style, traditional than what I've been building. So I came over here and did that. The technical side, though, is pretty interesting. So this is all just stuff that I came up with on the fly. I wanted one thing to be like an entity that you had to shoot. So this thing spawns a boat on a random sort of generator, and then if you shoot the boat, it'll tell the system that you did that, and then it'll spawn another boat later. And then these guys here, basically when you shoot the target block, they do the same thing. So the actual internals of this whole thing are over here, and I don't actually remember if I left an access port now that I think about it. We'll just dig straight in. Oh, I did. Here it is. Alright, so here are the internals. So these are sort of this is like the brain of just the game. So these over here are all of the out lines, and up there are all of the in lines. So basically what happens is anytime you shoot one of the targets or the boat, that line comes in and it turns on this machine over here, which comes down here, and this is a randomizer basically. So there's shulker boxes in here, all with different amount of shovels, and whenever you shoot one, it tells that thing to go ahead and pop a random signal in, and it will choose a random output then to turn on. So basically a lamp will be on out there. You're supposed to shoot that lamp. When you shoot that lamp, it will tell the system that you've shot it, and then it will turn on a new random lamp for you to shoot, or it will spawn the boat randomly. And then you'll shoot that one. Things that I haven't done yet, I need to take this signal right here, which is the signal that you've shot something, and put it into like a point counting system. Ideally, we could also say like it only happens if you shoot the correct one. I might just do an honor system on that or something, but that's something that we could do to improve. So that's kind of the system though. You'll also notice all of the outlines are not yet set up, so I need to run all these lines to those redstone lamps out there. Everything's connected on the in though, So if we look down these, all these tunnels lead down to different target block sort of sensors. The way the target blocks are working right now is they're powered like basically when you shoot the target block, it powers a piston that covers up a daylight sensor, and that daylight sensor is what sort of tells the system that you shot something. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Woo! But this is our little mini game that we're building. It's sort of a shoot 'em up. There's not been a lot of people on the realm recently, so you know, motivation has sort of been lacking on this thing just because I don't think we really have that many people to play it. So I'm really hoping more people hop on and, you know, get involved, and we'll have some people to like sort of play this little game. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the GameCube. Anyways, yeah, so this is our mini game that we've been working on. I hope you guys sort of enjoy this, and we'll go ahead and move on. All right, well, we're back here at the SynthCo headquarters. Things are looking nicely. It looks like someone delivery for me. I think this was probably a Nintendo fan came over and delivered some mushrooms, because so the original mushroom island is completely devoid of its original mushroom population, and I was asking for a delivery from our business partner, our co-chair at SynthCo. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. I've been working on a couple new buildings, sort of off-cam / on-cam, and this is our new sort of nether port, I guess. I want to make each building, like, I want to make a whole sort of synthy city, so like this is our new nether access. Now, in reality, I just fly up to the portal up there, but I really wanted it to feel like a sort of lobby or something. Like a transport hub access thing. So I made, like, you know, there's the statues everywhere. You've got all the gold items because the nether's all, you know, gold now. We've got sort of like these mock-ups of each of the nether mobs. So like a blaze, the zoglin, or not zoglin, hoglin, and then a piglin brute, and a magma cube. And they're all holding the things that they kind of have or drop. I really like the brute. I accidentally, you know, I got this brute head very luckily. A brute attacked me and I almost died. Well, I did die, and then I went back and I killed it and I got its head. But another thing over here is just to sort of show, you know, the commerce that happens between SynthCo and the residents of the Nether. We have this nice little statue here. And then over here we have a couple of SynthCo employees helping anyone who might be going up to the Nether. So, you know, you can deposit your valuables and everything in your ender chest before you go up. And then, you know, if you're missing a helmet or some gold armor just in case, or like some gold for trading, you can come and grab some gold for trading. And then here is the sort of elevator up, and it just pops you up to the sort of top area of the lighthouse. Whoops, that was my fault. Anyways, pops you up to the top area of the lighthouse, and then there's a sort of fireman's pole that goes back down, but you can then go straight into the nether there, which will take you to our nether side port, which I've shown before. And then to go down, you know, it's honey blocks. It's a little slow, but you know, you slide down your little fireman's pole. So I hope you guys like this design. I'm pretty happy with sort of this like lobby area. I really like this. It's maybe not as detailed as I could have made it, and I think I'm still going to add some more details. Like, I feel like the ceiling's very bland, as well as sort of the like walls going up here, and then like this back wall I really think could use some work. So I'll probably work on this a little bit more. I also like these little grates that I did for the lighting. And then some new projects that I'm working on right now. Our employees need to build the sort of fungus farms for the nether woods. And then over here we're going to have all of our actual like plant farms. So we have sort of mock-ups in there, but this is going to be, I think, cactus, possibly sugarcane, and then cocoa, so that we can get the green and brown dyes more frequently. We do already have our farms in here. We've got the sort of sugarcane farm down here now. This is our larger sort of industrial sugarcane farm. Seems to be a zombie in it, but you can say we are good on sugarcane right now. My elytra is about to break as well. And then one other thing that I did was I went ahead and set up sort of one of these hollow boards. I like the idea that with the invisible item frames, like, you can't see the map from the back, but you can see it from the front. So I'm thinking like this is like a projected image coming off of this like holographic sort of glass board thing. But here's the map now. We now have our border going all the way around, our retention wall. We're gonna light that up, I think, with sea lanterns. And then all this area here that's kind of flattened, everything that's not trees basically, so going up to sort of this line here, I want to go ahead and also convert into sort of the synth landscape. So that's the work that's been going. There's other projects that are on the docket, but we haven't gotten around to them quite yet. I'm hoping to film those a little bit more in depth, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like and be sure to share with your friends, and I'll be around. Oh, little baby zombie. See ya. As always, thanks for watching this video, and remember to like, subscribe, and share with your family, your friends, and that weird neighbor down the street. Also, if you like what I do here, be sure to check out my Patreon to help out. And until next time, I hope everyone has a nice day.